This is 34th Street. As a major crosstown corridor in Midtown Manhattan, traffic here is really bad. The corridor is also a busy bus corridor, serving 28,000 riders per day. Despite having bus lanes, buses along 34th Street still remain as one of the slowest in the city, moving at an average speed of 5 miles per hour during weekday rush hours. But there is a solution, and it is right here in Manhattan. This is 14th Street, another crosstown corridor in New York. 14th Street used to be like 34th Street. Buses crawled here with an average speed of 3.8 miles per hour. In October 2019, the city started a busway pilot along 14th Street between 3rd Avenue and 9th Avenue, only allowing buses, trucks, and emergency vehicles to use the corridor between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. every day. Other vehicles can make local trips, but would have to make the next available right turn. The 14th Street busway pilot was fairly successful. MTA data shows that travel time on buses along 14th Street improved by 22 to 47%. Passengers riding end-to-end saved up to 9.7 minutes in the eastbound direction. Meanwhile, ridership on the M14A and D routes increased by 24%, with a 30% increase on weekends. Following the success, the city decided to make the 14th Street busway permanent in June 2020. Now, back to 34th Street. More than 5 years later, the city now wants to replicate the success of 14th Street on 34th Street and propose the 34th Street busway. Currently, bus lanes exist between 11th Avenue and 1st Avenue in the eastbound direction, with an extra block of bus lanes to FDR Drive in the westbound direction. The busway will be between 3rd Avenue and 9th Avenue, while the remaining sections of bus lanes will be maintained. Additionally, there will be improvements for pedestrians and curb management for loading and delivery, similar to the 14th Street busway. Only buses, trucks, and emergency vehicles can use 34th Street busway during certain times of the day. Other vehicles are allowed for local access, but have to turn at the next intersection. The 34th Street busway will be used by the M34, M34A select bus services, and various express buses, aiming to make buses faster and more reliable, enhance pedestrian experience, eliminate cut-through traffic, while retaining local access, parking, and loading. But with every good project, there will be opposition, so it is fair enough to address them. The major concern I have seen floating around is that the 34th Street busway will lead to more traffic on nearby east-west streets. Well, the 14th Street busway faced the same critics before it was implemented, but the reality was different. Based on an independent analysis, travel time on nearby east-west streets increased by less than 1 minute, and traffic volume change on these streets were mostly minimal. While the negative impact were small, there were many positive impacts. Crash injuries in the area have decreased by 42% since October 2017 to January 2018. The area also saw an increase of 94% in city bike ridership since 2018. As you can see, what these opponents worried about was not what happened. Opponents may argue that 34th Street is different from 14th Street as it connects the Lincoln Tunnel and the Queens Midtown Tunnel. However, GPS data indicates that just under half of the traffic on 34th Street is for destinations outside of Manhattan. The rest of the traffic is heading to destinations within the borough. Also, note that we are in a post-congestion pricing era. Traffic has been down since January 5th of this year, so it is the best time to improve and prioritize public transit, biking, and other alternate modes of travel in this city. I do recognize that further analysis of traffic patterns should be conducted, but existing data tell us that the impact is not as big as what these critics would have you believe. Despite these critics, 34th Street busway is very popular. Leaders of the Manhattan Community Board 4, 5, and 6 have sent a letter to Mayor Adams and the DOT in support of the 34th Street busway and asking the city to deliver this project. The Manhattan Community Board 6 voted 31-5 in support of the project. However, the minority of people who oppose this project has been overwhelmingly loud, and the Adams administration has since decided to pause the 34th Street busway project. It is disappointing to see that a small group of people pulls the brakes on a project that is wanted by the majority. I hope this pause won't be for so long. and this project can be resumed. Bus riders on 34th Street have been stuck in traffic for too long, and they can't wait to see the busway being installed and implemented. What are your thoughts about the 34th Street Busway? Share with me in the comments below. While the 34th Street Busway is important for Midtown Manhattan, QueensLink is a crucial project for Queens, and you can learn about it in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in that video.